Well, hello. I decided to make a little video. I can't believe how cool it is. This is June 19th, 2024, and it's literally feels like 85 degrees, which is pretty chilly, or cooler, especially cooler than it has been being. And not that I'm trying to get anybody to say anything, but it is my birthday today. And I'm not celebrating. I don't celebrate birthdays, but I decided, well, what can I do? I'll go out here and show you the garden. And I was thinking about mowing, and then I was like, yeah, no, it's not in that bad a shape, really. I mean, yeah, it needs it, but I don't feel like mowing. Okay, so here's my garden. And, okay, so catnip, the beets. Okay, looky here. I do have some beets growing, not very many. That's not going to make very many. And this is the cilantro, which is already going to seed here. But I put the cages because it was getting so long. I can see how long this stuff is. And if I didn't put the cage out here, it would be on the ground, laying on the ground. So yeah, I have those tomato cages. So I just said, well, I'm going to use them for the cilantro. Which I have used some of the cilantro for cooking or, you know, putting on Mexican food. Oh, here's a little tiny bit of dill. That's this right here. This plant just came back. This one little lonesome plant. Oops, let me pull this up. Yeah. Anyway, but dill, ugh. I love the smell of dill. This smells so good. And of course you chop it up and put it into your tuna salad or whatever you want to use it for. Chicken salad. These are going crazy. These are tomatillo plants that just came up from seed. So I didn't plant them. And everywhere you see a little yellow flower, there's going to be a tomatillo. Oh, pretty. Kind of pretty. I like tomatillos. One year I had so many, I couldn't use them all. They just went to disuse. There you go. Those are pretty. And then the forest of sunflowers. Okay, I'm about 5'4", and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna show me, but yeah, these things are ridiculous. That one right there, that one has to be about 7 or 8 foot tall. So anyway, this has been my only real garden this year. I didn't have a flower garden like I sometimes do. Well, like with other flowers, like I had a lot of success with zinnia and just different ones. There's the pear tree. It's now, wait, I had one pear left the other day and I was like, no, I'm not gonna pick it. And it's now gone. That's okay. I probably got to eat about 3 pears off of this, and it was loaded. So mostly the squirrels and the raccoons got it. Yeah, still haven't put the pool up. That's okay. These sunflowers came up. Like, I didn't plant them in this pot. And they came up, though. They're pretty. They want to fall down, so I had to lean him over. It's the only problem when they get this tall is they want to lean over. And so this, what I have growing here, loads and loads of catnip. It just grows like a weed. It's okay. It's all right. It does smell kind of good. And then these are just some black bean plants, and I may not get anything. I just thought, well, at least it's something to have flowering. and growing. More cilantro. And whatever this is called, and I don't know. It puts out these pretty, it's kind of a succulent. It had some kind of weird thing going on with it. Then, neighbors over there, I don't know what they're laughing at, who knows. I wish I didn't live so close to other people, but I do. And here we have, I guess this is purple wandering Jew. I don't know what kind of tree this is. I know it grows really slowly. This tree has been here probably, 30 years. It started out just like a little seedling, and it's not very tall for a tree that old or very big. So I don't really know what it is. And then of course here we have, oh, that's kind of a pretty sunflower right there. That's a pretty one. More, well, there's green wandering Jew as well. That's what I mean about the sunflowers. They get heavy and then they fall down. Oh, I was gonna say this is a short one, but it's not. It's a big one. See, there's the base of it and how it's just kind of leaned over and fallen down. But it's still putting out little flowers, so that's okay. I don't even know what this is called, but it puts out pretty purple flowers. It crept in from the other side of the fence, so I did not plant it. And then at the side of my house, this is where the real sunflower craziness is. Okay. See, so I figured those tallest sunflower plants that are way, way tall, that has to be a good 12 foot. I don't know. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It's hard to mow underneath all this. And I should know when I go to plant them that this is what they're going to do. But every year I'm like, oh, I'm going to let that sunflowers grow there. And then I have to deal with them when they start to lay down. There's a pretty bunch right there. Now, if I wanted to, I could probably pick those, put them in a vase, but I'm not going to. All right. Here's something interesting, kind of, but not really. At the top of this shrubbery are grapevines growing, and they grow wild. Here, see these grapes? You can't. I think they're Mustang grapes. They're not. They're a wild grape. They never get really red or purple and edible. And they have just sort of taken over at the top of my holly hedge. And yesterday I cut back quite a lot of it that was hanging. It was growing across and going on to this plant. So I had to cut off a whole bunch of them. And there they are. I can't do anything with that. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on as far as my things that grow in my yard. I'm just walking now along the side. I still can't get over how tall. Wow. Aw, pretty. They are pretty. I'm glad they're flowering. Because this year I haven't even put out any fertilizer. This year I should have already turned my compost bin, but I didn't. And that's where I get a lot of the real good composted stuff. And I always put all my coffee grinds down there and everything. Eggshells. Anything that's gonna compost. My poor little free well that somebody threw away. I keep having to check it because it seems like it's leaning. And I planted some sunflower seeds myself in there like got one. But that's okay. At least I got one. Down to the secret pathway. It's not that secret. But I haven't really done much else except try to maintain it. I know it would be much prettier if it had flowers and stuff growing, but it is what it is. It's not muddy right now. That's good. It kind of quit raining for a while. Today it sprinkled. Tiny bit. But then it decided not to. Yeah. I'm always thinking, I hope I don't run into a snake out here. But in my yard goes a long way that way too. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's real wooded and untamed off into there. So I don't go walking off in there very much. In fact, why would I unless I was trying to clean it out? And then down here, it's kind of just the same little pathway. Now, here recently, here's something I have to take care of. This here is rotted and dead, and it's trying, but it's not as heavy as you would think. I just have to take some time and take it down. I don't feel like doing that either. I don't know what I feel like doing. More fallen wood. There's across the creek. People live across the creek, which I don't really know them. Somebody's making some kind of racket out here. And then this is the natural creek. I don't know what that racket is, honestly. I think that's why I like to stay up at nighttime. It's a lot quieter. As you can see, the creek. Still got water running. Bad part about this is mosquitoes. We get an awful lot of mosquitoes here. And in fact, a long time ago, back in the 80s, of course I've been living here since 1978. I don't know exactly how it happened, but I got viral spinal meningitis, and that was because I got it from mosquitoes. I had to go in the hospital because I was super dehydrated. It's so weird. If you have any kind of meningitis, you can't, when I would sit up, I would have a tremendously bad headache and start being nauseated and throwing up. So until you get better from that, the treatment, well, besides getting hydration, but to keep from getting nauseated, you have to lay flat. And that's because you have an increase in your pressure of your spinal cord. Sorry, I can't think of the word, the proper term. You would think I would know. I'm a nurse. Anyway, you've got this increase. I'm picking up wood off the ground. And your spinal pressure, it goes all the way up your spinal cord into your brain. And that's what causes the headache when you sit up. It's that inflammation and everything. Once it goes away, it takes time for it to go away too. But it was caused from mosquitoes. Yes, they did a spinal tap to make sure it wasn't bacterial meningitis. It wasn't. They called it viral spinal meningitis. So yesterday, I did a little trimming out here. Now this tree, once again, this tree is ridiculously big. You can't even see how tall it is. And I don't have a good way to explain how tall it is, but anyway, to mow, I had to cut this all back to a more manageable situation. Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much that. And then, of course, all the stuff that I cut off is now sitting out by the curb. That's where it has to go. And then at some point in time, oops, here's some more I didn't pick up. The city comes and gets it. It takes a while. Sometimes they let it sit there for a month, which I think is way too long, you know? But anyway, they will come and get it eventually. Like, there's some down there, and there's some down there too. Theirs has been there a lot longer than mine. This is my little pile of debris. So anyway, that's that. It's sort of cloudy and overcast. And I thought it felt cool, but now that I've been walking around out here, of course it is cooler than it has been. But now I'm ready to not be out here because it's humid. And the humidity, of course, makes it feel warmer than it really is. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Y'all have a great day. Bye.